Using the Riverside app for iPhone, you can record in high-quality video and audio anywhere you are, connect USB microphones for even better sound quality, record in up to 4K, and then edit that content directly in the Riverside app so you're ready to publish all from your mobile device. I'm going to walk through how to set up, record, and edit using your iPhone, and you can browse the chapters below if you'd like to skip to a certain point, like our new editing features in the iPhone app. The first thing you'll want to do is download the Riverside app for free in the App Store. Search for Riverside and you'll see our logo, then download that app right here. Link to download the app is also in the video description below. The first time you open the app, you can actually create a new Riverside account, join as a guest, which is great for your remote guests. If they want to use the Riverside app, the guest invite link that you send them, they can tap join as guest, paste that link here, and they don't even have to sign in to use the Riverside app on their iPhone. If you have a Spotify for Podcasters account, you can log in with those credentials here, or just log in with your Riverside account by tapping login. And now we have access to all of our Riverside studios. If you have multiple studios in your account, you can tap the top left icon and you'll see your full list of studios here. You can even create a new studio right here from your mobile device. Just tap Create New Studio. We'll title it New Show. You can choose whether you're recording audio and video, which we recommend, or audio only, and then tap Create. And now we have a new studio without any recordings, and we can tap the record button here to jump in and start creating content. Also, if you go back to the studios list, you have a few options here when you tap the three dots. You can get the invite links, whether you're inviting a guest or audience members to watch live. You can share the studio recordings for an editor or producer to download them, or you can go back into the studio settings and adjust these after you've created the studio. If you're going to record with a remote guest, tap the Invite to Studio button, and now you'll see the guest, audience, and depending on your account, the producer links. For the guest link, I could tap the paperclip there, and that's been copied to my keyboard. Or if I already know where I want to share it, I'll tap Invite to Studio, hit the Share button next to Guest. It'll bring up the share sheet here on iPhone, and I can immediately text it to someone, send it in Slack, an email, or however I'd like. Let's go back to one of our studios where we have some recordings, and here you can preview any of your past recordings, and we'll get to editing your content in just a moment. When you're viewing a studio, tap the three dots in the top right, and you can still get your invite links here, share a link so someone can download the files from your recordings, and jump into studio settings. When we're ready to record, let's hit the record button. We're now on the lobby screen here for Riverside. One thing you want to double check is swiping down from the control center and making sure your orientation is unlocked. You're going to want to record in landscape or horizontal mode, and you have to unlock the rotation to be able to do that. Here on the mobile app, you also see a few options. We can tap the magic wand, and we can actually add a virtual background to our shot, and also blur the background using this tool here, either a little blur or a lot of blur. We can also choose to adjust the exposure of the shot and adjust the color temperature, making it either more warm or cool, depending on someone's lighting needs. If the front-facing camera is on, you can switch that using these arrows here, and now we're using the back camera. If you're just recording with your iPhone and remote guests, you'll probably want to see them on screen, and so you'll need to use the front-facing camera. If you want to learn more about pro setups and even using external monitors with an iPhone to use the back camera and monitor yourself, I'll link one of those videos right up here. Here on the right-hand side, you have the options to mute your microphone, turn off your camera, and if you hit the three dots, there's a few more menu options. You can contact support, use a secondary camera, which actually records this angle in addition to the other cameras and guests you have in your studio. Audio will not be recorded if you choose that option, so be sure you're just wanting to use the secondary camera video. We have the invite link here as well if you want to send that out. And if you want to use your mobile device as a secondary angle in studio with you, but you want to mute the device so there's no feedback, choose the mute speaker option. I go into more in-depth about using mobile devices for in-person interviews and recordings, and that mute speaker is a key feature. You can check out those videos above or the links in the description to learn more. I'll choose to unmute speaker, and let's join the studio. Here in the studio, we're almost ready to record. I can hit that record button there, and we'll be recording video and audio. I still have the turn off camera, microphone features, and a recent feature on the iPhone app is actually a teleprompter feature built right in here to the Riverside app. Tap the teleprompter feature and you'll see the script appear right here. If you need to edit it, just tap in the script, then you can start editing the text. To adjust the playback speed of the teleprompter, tap the settings gear here, and now you can adjust the speed, text size, have it auto start when you start recording, and we can actually enable focus mode, which will turn off the camera preview so we can focus on the script. We can even choose to share the teleprompter with our remote guests, and whether or not they want to view only or view and control the teleprompter. Really powerful teleprompter features right here in the Riverside app. Then when you're ready, hit play and the teleprompter will begin scrolling for you to read and record. You can also access your chat for in studio, and once someone else has joined the Riverside call, Tap the message bubble, and now you can send messages to those in studio right here from the app. Also, when you're on a mobile device, you can actually move around the preview window for your video to whatever corner you'd like. Tap the three dots here. We can see how many people are in the studio, and we can still invite more people before we start recording, and even during recording. And we can even change the view style here in the studio from grid to active speaker and slider. Now, whether you're recording solo or with remote guests, the last thing you might want to do is add a USB microphone for better quality audio. I'm going to connect this Shure MV7 Plus with a USB-C cable, and this can plug directly into an iPhone 15, 16, or newer because that has USB-C as well. I'll plug it into the bottom, and you will see this message pop up. Ideally, you want to connect a pair of wired headphones to the USB microphone to monitor your own voice and hear your remote guests. So we'll tap no, and that means the microphone will also be used as your speaker. Now just connect a pair of wired headphones to the microphone so you can hear yourself and your remote guests, and we're ready to record. Let's actually do a test recording, and then we can see what it looks like in the studio. I have a tripod here with a phone mount. Highly recommend getting something like this. They're pretty inexpensive and will make a big difference in your video stability and quality. And now here we are recording in high quality, actually 4K video using the Riverside iPhone app. I have my USB microphone plugged directly into my iPhone, so you're getting high quality audio, and our remote guests are also being recorded. And again, the magic of Riverside is local recording, even on mobile devices. So this high quality video and audio is being saved on device, and your remote guests are being saved, and everything's being uploaded to your Riverside dashboard for you to edit later. That includes editing it now in the iPhone app. I'm going to hit the stop button here. You'll see the files are being uploaded, and you'll be notified when they're finished. And now that all the files are uploaded, we can go to our studio to preview and edit this content. Let's go back to our studio, and we'll see the recording appear right here. I can tap play to preview the recording here in the app. Then I can go right into the editing section or export the clip right from here. Let's go back to the recording list, because not only can we preview, but if I tap here on the recording, I can actually get a transcript of the recording right here in the Riverside app. That's also true for multiple speakers. For instance, I'll go here to the last episode of my podcast, and if I view that transcript, I get speaker labels and timestamps throughout the recording. Back to the recording we just created, I can click the paperclip icon, share that link, and someone can download these files to edit later. I can hit the share button, which brings me right to the export screen if I just want to export the edit as a whole. I can also tap the three dots and rename this recording. And finally, I can go into edit and add animated captions right here from the app. But let's check out the new editing tools here in the app. You'll actually see a preview of the video up here and the full transcript down here. The same kind of transcript editing you know and love when you use Riverside on the desktop. Now, if we wanted to just trim, like set an in point and out point, I can tap the trim tool, drag the in and out point wherever I would like, and trim the content in just a few seconds. But let's go back and use the new cut tool. This new cut tool is very powerful and made just for the mobile device. For instance, you can see I kind of started and stopped here, and this is where I actually want the edit to begin. Well, I can just tap to highlight any words or silences. You see how they're highlighted now purple? Tap the delete button, and now I've edited my video and audio content that easily. When you're zoomed in like this, you can select individual words for editing. We can actually tap to change the size of the transcript, which also lets you edit larger blocks of your content. If I want to remove this entire sentence at once, you see how it's now separated. I can choose multiple segments, and then when I'm ready, I can tap delete. You'll see here I actually had a double take where I said I have my USB microphone and then I said it again. Well, I can choose that first take, tap delete, and now I've edited that out. If we go down, you see I have some filler words and silences. I'll tap that. Now it's highlighted in purple, tap delete, and I've edited that out. If I want to edit even larger chunks of my recording at once, I can go to the smallest text setting, and now I can select full paragraphs and remove it from the content. But I'll zoom all the way in because I want to get this ending just perfect. I'm going to tap some of the silences represented by the dots here. I'll hit delete. Now I can preview the video and audio right here in the app. So now I can trim and cut anywhere in my recording and edit it right here. I can also add animated captions by tapping this tool right here. I can scroll through different caption styles and find one that I like. Let's go with this one. And then I can go over to the text tool, choose from different fonts right here, or just scroll through to preview them. I'll tap and drag them down, framing them so they're not covering my face. I can go over to style and then choose things like inverse colors, outlined colors, or just plain text. And you can even choose the animation style. Have the active word expand, box the word, and then go even further to choose different colors for the background, for the highlighted word, and you can even adjust the left center or right justify and whether or not you want to go in all caps. Hit done. And now I can preview my animated captions, and you'll see animated captions are all throughout the edit. And I can even change the video format or aspect ratio here by going to the square or the full 16:9 and upload this to YouTube. Once I've done all the editing and I'm ready to export, I can tap the share button here at the top right. I can export video or audio only, just swap between them right here. Choose up to 4K video, which again, if you recorded with the iPhone app, you recorded 4K video. Remove background noise or normalize right here on export, and then tap export video. Once that starts exporting, you'll see any drafts and exports you have saved down here. And once it's finished processing, you can download that video or audio file directly to your iPhone, and then upload it to the YouTube app, share clips on social media, and more. And this works great if you have multiple guests or co-hosts. You'll see here I'm previewing it. Animated captions have been added right here in the Riverside app, and I can quickly export multiple clips to share on social media. Once a clip is finished and is ready to export, if you want to send this clip for them to download and share, you can copy the link, send that to someone, and they'll download this finished export. You can tap here to save it to your camera roll, or tap one of the social media platforms, and then save the video file to maybe the Files app on your iPhone. We'll save it to our desktop here, and you have the video file both in my library and here in the Files app, which means I can upload this to YouTube, TikTok, Instagram Reels, wherever I'd like. And that's how to use the iPhone app to record, edit, and publish your content all with Riverside. If you'd like to learn more about those pro iPhone setups, like with external monitors and even audio interfaces, check out this video above where I walk through multiple setups. Don't forget to subscribe to the Riverside channel before you go. Hit that like button. If you have any questions on the Riverside app or some of the pro setups with iPhone and iPad, leave comments below this video. I answer those personally. And I do have an entire video on just iPad setups. With an iPad, you can still use external microphones, record in 4K quality, and have an entire video on that right up here. Thanks for watching. We can't wait to see what you create with the Riverside app.